Good morning class. Today we are going to learn about unit number 3 of your pavement analysis and design, and in that we are going to learn about highway pavement design, flexible North Dakota cone, CBR IRC 37, Burmisters, triaxial Kansas Ashto method of design. So in that only we have to learn about Burmister method and triaxial Kansas. Others we have already done in unit number 2. Airfield pavement design also we have done in unit number 1. So first we are going to learn about Burmister two-layer theory. So for this, Donald M. Burmister developed the two-layer theory in 1943. As known, the flexible pavement sections are composed of layers. The effect of layers above subgrade is to reduce the stress and deflection in the subgrade. So subgrade is the last layer, and above that all the 3 layers with wearing coat. And elastic modulus of the top layer is the highest. He considered the pavement as an elastic layer resting on a semi-infinite elastic subgrade. If layers of soil subgrade, subbase cores and base cores are assigned elastic moduli of ES, ESB, EB, it is considered in this theory EB is less than ESB is less than ES. So vertical stress depends on the modular ratio of E1 and E2, which will take from the graph given by Burmister, and vertical stress decreases considerably with increase in modular ratio. Next is assumptions made in Burmister's two-layer theory. The soils of each layers are homogeneous, isotropic and linearly elastic. The upper layer, layer 1, is weightless and is of infinite extent in the horizontal direction but of finite thickness. The lower layer subgrade is finite in extent both horizontally and vertically downward. Boundary conditions. First is the surface of the upper layer is free of normal and shearing stress outside the limit of the loading area, and at finite that the stresses and displacements in the subgrade are equal to 0. The solution of the two-layer problem satisfies the continuity condition of stress and displacement across the interface between the upper and lower layers, that is, at the interface the normal and shearing stresses and the vertical and horizontal displacements are equal in 2 layers. The value of Poisson's ratio is taken as 0.5 always. So vertical surface deflection in a 2-layer system. Burmister's 1958 developed a chart for computing vertical surface deflection in a 2-layer system. The deflection factor F2 or F delta is obtained from the chart based on the values of A upon H1 and E1 upon E2. So these values may be given in the graph as F delta, A upon what you can say H1 or Z1, and E1 and E2 may be given as ES upon EP. So then the deflection is computed from the following equation. Deflections under the flexible plate delta R equals to 1.5 PA upon E2 into F2, and the deflection under a rigid plate is given as delta R equals to 1.18 PA E2 into F2. Next is where E2 is the modulus of lower layer subgrade and F2 is called the deflection factor, which is dimensionless, and in is a function of both ratio of modulus of elasticity of the subgrade to that of the pavement and the depth of the bearing radius ratio. Below chart shows values of F for various depth ratios and moduli of elasticity, and the deflection factor F2 is introduced in two-layered system which is dependent on H by A and ES upon EP. So this is the graph here. So two-layer deflection factor F is given, and thickness of reinforcing layer, multiples of radius of contacts are given, and these are the curves from 1 by 2 to 1 by 10,000, which are known as ratio E2 upon E1 curve. So in numerical, this graph will be given to you, and according to this graph you have to calculate the value. So numericals on Burmistra's method. First, a plate load test was conducted with 30 cm diameter plate on a subgrade which records 5 mm deflection with tire pressure of 3.6 kg per centimeter square. The test, when conducted on 20 cm thick base course constructed over the subgrade with tire pressure of 6.8 kg per centimeter square, undergoes same deflection. Find out the deflection of pavement system for wheel load of 5200 kg with tire pressure of 6.5 kg per centimeter square with 30 cm thick base course and mu s equals to 0.35. So this is given to us. If in case mu s is not given, then you can assume 0.5. So in solution, case number 1, there are 3 cases. First case here tire pressure 3.6, second case 6.8, and last case you have tire pressure 6.5. So condition number 1, 5 mm deflection is given, 30 cm plate is there, and tire pressure is given to you as 3.6 kg per centimeter square. So this is your plate, and this is your 30 cm diameter having radius A equals to 15 cm. So here delta is given, that is deflection 5 mm, so that is 0.5 centimeter, mu s 0.35, and tire pressure for first condition is 3.6 kg per centimeter square. So this is the deflection formula. Delta equals to 2 Pa upon Es, 1 minus mu s square into C. So Es is the modulus, mu is Poisson's ratio, C is the factor which is considered when you are taking the value with respect to flexible pavement. So 0.5 delta is given to you, 2 into 3.6 Pa, tire pressure A is 15 as D is 30, Es is not known to us, we need to calculate, and 1 minus 0.35 square into C value. For first layer you have to take pi by 4. So from here you get the value of Es 148.86 kg per centimeter square. So next value, layer 2. So this is your plate, and on this plate you are having A15 as diameter is 30, and you have given the depth. Okay. Second condition, depth is given to you as 20 centimeter base course. Okay, so in previous slide number 11, you can see that the test when conducted 20 centimeter thick, that base course, this is your second condition where tire pressure is 6.8. So in that condition we are having the thickness of 20 centimeter base course. So here we are given delta again 0.5, mu 0.35. Now here P is changing to 6.8. So delta equals to the formula 2Pa upon Es, 1 minus mu s square into C into F delta or F2, which is deflection factor. So from here deflection factor will be, in second case also C you have to take pi by 4 into F delta, and from here F delta is coming to you as 0.53. So second case 0.53 you have got. So Z upon A you need to calculate because this value is given to you into the graph chart. So Z upon A, so Z is given as 20 here, and A is 15, so it is coming to as 1.33. So Z will be equals to 1.33A. So this is your graph. R means A here. Here they have shown R and I have taken A there. Okay. So it is one and the same value. So F delta, yeah, F factor is 0.35 and Z is 1.33A. So from these two values we have to take which curve we are going to get. So when you are taking this curve, it is 1.33. So this is 1R. So 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3 here. And from 1.3 you are cutting this 1.5 curve and projected here, so you will get F delta. You have already plotted 0.53. This is 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 and 0.8. So here it is 0.5. So at the intersection of these 2 points, 0.53 and 1.33A, you are getting the curve as 1 by 5. So therefore ES upon EP curve you have got 1 by 5. After getting, there is a third case, load and tire pressure is given. So this is your plate. With respect to this, A we need to calculate, and depth is given to us as 30 centimeter in the slide, in the numerical. So let us see. So here in third case you can see that find out the deflection when load is 5200. Okay, the 5200 load is given, 6.5 tire pressure with 30 centimeter thick base course. The thickness is 30. So we have to consider that, and with respect to that we need to calculate the values. So Z is equals to 30 centimeter. So P is 6.5. Area of contact we need to calculate, that is P upon A. So 5200 upon 6.5, 800. A equals to pi into A square. Since your tire pressure is less than 7, A equals to pi into A square. And from here you are getting A equals to 15.96 centimeter. Z upon A, 30 by 15.96 is 1.88. So again we will take this graph, and from graph this is 1.88. Okay, and from here you will just erase this line on the curve 1 by 5 as we have got from earlier values of F delta, and project it on the factor F. So you will get the value for Z here, and from graph delta the deflection we have got as 0.43. Okay, so it is between 0.4 and 5. It is nearer to 0.4, so I have taken it 0.43. So what you have to do, 1.88 से इसे रेस करके 1 by 5 के कर्व पे जो हमने पहले आइडेंटिफाई किया कर्व, उसके ऊपर प्रोजेक्ट करेंगे और उसे हम लोग फैक्टर, डिफ्लेक्शन फैक्टर पे प्रोजेक्ट करेंगे तो आपको डेल्टा की वैल्यू मिल जाएगी. सो दिस इज़ हाउ यू कैलकुलेट द डिफ्लेक्शन. सो नेक्स्ट numerical, a plate load test was conducted on a 30 centimeter plate under pressure of 1.4 kg centimeter square at deflection of 5 mm. The test is again conducted on 20 centimeter thick base course, tire pressure 4.5 kg per centimeter square at a thickness of base course for a flexible pavement for a wheel load of 5200 kg and tire pressure of 5.5 kg per centimeter square. If the allowable deflection is 5 mm and mu equals to 0.4. So first condition, 1.4 and 5 mm deflection and 30 mm plate. Second condition, 20 mm thick layer of 4.5 tire pressure. And third condition, 5200 kg load, 5.5 tire pressure and 5 mm is the deflection given now. You need to find out the thickness. Z you need to find out, and mu is given to us. So from here, plate load test on subgrade. So this is your plate which is having A equals to 50 centimeters since diameter is 30. So these are the values given. This is the formula. Then substituting all the values in the given formula, you will calculate the ES, which is coming to you as 55.42 kg per centimeter square. Then second condition, when there are two layers, this is your plate having these values of A and D. Then you are having the thickness Z equals to 20 centimeter of base course. Then all these values for second condition, P equals to 4.5 is given. Then again the formula is given to you with F delta. Substituting all the values, will get F delta 0.31. So from these values, Z upon A, you will get 1.33. So this is your graph chart, and 1.33 we have already taken, and we have taken F delta equals to 0.31 and Z by A 1.33 we have drawn on this graph. So you have got the curve 1 by 20. Okay, after drawing F delta as 0.31 and Z by A 1.33, you are getting the curve 1 by 20. So the value of load and tire pressure is given. So this is the third condition. You are having a plate, need to calculate A, need to calculate Z to us. So now here P is given to you as 5.5. So area of contact is given by A P upon P, where A is given this, then area pi into A square. So you are getting A value 17.35 centimeter. From here you are getting the values. So this is your delta and this is the formula. So all these values are given to you in case number 3. Here in last case, remember, whenever we are using this formula, C is equals to 1 when we are calculating the value of Z. Okay, so here again F delta we need to calculate. Substituting all the values in case number 3, we will get the deflection equals to 0.17, and after getting this value as 0.17, so draw this line 0.17 on 1 by 20 curve which we have taken from case number 2, and project it on the layer of thickness which is coming to you as 3.3. So from here you will take the value Z equals to 3.3A, that will be 3.3 into 17.35, which is coming to you as 57.25 centimeter. So total thickness of base course you get from the third condition. So this is how you will solve the numericals for Burmister's method. Next is your triaxial Kansas method. So the triaxial test is used to determine the shear strength of the soil. The triaxial test method for the design of flexible pavement is based on the Buzeni's concept for homogeneous elastic single layer. According to Buzeni's concept, Z equals to under root 3 upon P 2 pi E delta square minus A square. So according to the triaxial test method, it is converted into T equals to 3P upon 2 pi ES delta square minus A square. And from where you are having T as thickness of the pavement, P is wheel load, E is modulus of elasticity, A is radius of contact, and S is the design deflection. So the triaxial compression test is conducted on a soil specimen under a lateral pressure of 140 kN per meter square, and value of the modulus of elasticity is determined from the stress strain curve. The thickness of the pavement in centimeter can be determined using the formula given by Kansas Highway Department as this: T equals to under root P 3pxy upon 2 pi E delta whole square minus A square, where P is wheel load, E is modulus of elasticity, X is the traffic coefficient. If not given, you can assume from 0.5 to 2. Y is the saturation coefficient 0.5 to 1, and A is the area of contact radius, and delta is the design deflection 0.25 if not given. If the pavement and subgrade are considered as two layers as Burmister's method, then the stiffness factor will be ES upon EP raised to power 1 by 3. So the pavement thickness is modified for the stiffness factor, then the pavement thickness is given by this formula. So this is the standard formula, layer by layer it changes, and the relation between pavement layers of thickness T1 and T2 and the modulus elasticity E1 and E2 is given by this formula. T1 upon T2, E2 upon E1 raised to 1 by 3, which we have to apply in the upper formula. So this is the main formula to calculate the thickness. So we are using this formula. So let us calculate the design and flexible pavement by triaxial method. For a highway design of flexible pavement has following data: wheel load 4500 kg, tire pressure 5.5 kg per centimeter square, traffic coefficient 0.9, E of subgrade 150, E of subbase 300, E base 500, E surface 1053 kg per centimeter square, and design deflection is 1.5. So let us solve the numerical. We need to calculate the area equals to P upon P. So area is coming to you as 818.2 centimeter square. As tire pressure is less than 7, so we are taking A equals to pi into A square, and from here A is coming to you as 16.14 centimeter square. After calculating A, the total thickness of pavement required, assuming the entire pavement crust is of wearing coat material. So this is your first formula. TP equals to 3pxy upon 2es pi delta square minus A square. This is common, and this is only changing from layer to layer. So in the first layer it is E subgrade upon E wearing coat raised to power 1 by 3. So substituting all the values in the formula, you will get the value of TP as 78 centimeter after all calculations. So assuming 5 centimeter thickness of wearing coat, thickness of base course will be TP 78 minus 5 centimeter into E subbase upon E base 1 by 3. So taking the values in the formula, TB is coming to you as 94 centimeter. And after that, assuming base course of 20 centimeter thick, so thickness of subbase TB equals to 94 minus 20, as we are assuming this. So E base upon E subbase 500 upon 300 raised to power 1 by 3. So TB you are getting as 88 centimeter. So finally we have got all the values. So you have to draw this diagram: 5 centimeter wearing course, 20 base course, and last layer you have got 88 centimeter subbase, and the last layer is subgrade. So this is how you are calculating the value by triaxial method. It is based upon the business method of single layer theory. So we are only calculating the subbase course value, and we are assuming wearing course and base course values as 5 and 20 centimeter thickness. This is how you calculate Bromeister's method and triaxial method. So this was for today. Thank you so much, students.